Can you hear me, pal? Andy, can you hear me?
I'm here, Russ. How you doing?
Can you hear me, pal?
You all right?
Yeah, not bad. Where you
How you
been?
getting on?
Where you been?
Toilet.
Toilet. Oh, yeah. Why have you been boozing?
No. No, the night. School night.
Hey?
No, it's not stopped me in the past, eh?
Yeah.
No.
You
Summer
know,
fruits. Summer fruits juice.
summer fruit. I'm just looking for my message while you've been uh, toilet in it or whatever you've been doing. Some nice messages here. People saying nice things about Jane Couch and sharing my video. Joe Gallagher, Mark Tibbs, Julian, Peter Fury, Carl Froch. Not name dropping like. There's other people on here. Stig, Steve from Wales, my pal. That's brilliant, that. Mozza, border control referee or ex-referee. That's brilliant, that.
Oh,
I'm really proud of Jane Couch now. She's had it hard, man, honestly. And do you know what? What she did, taking border control on, right, and winning in court against them, and taking them on and going up against the establishment. There's something to be said about that, isn't there? You know, a person that can do that and be a 5-time world champion as well, MBE Hall of Fame, and yet she's discarded by boxing as like rubbish because she doesn't fit into the criteria or their agenda. Hey, I think I think that's fantastic what she's done. I'm really proud of her. I really, really, really am proud of her. And I'm proud to call her a pal. And it ain't just because she gave me that exclusive. You know, I've known for over a week now. And I think it's
you got to
brilliant.
admire people like that.
Listen,
I think
I do honestly.
people like her in life, eh? Yeah.
Go on, pal.
You got to admire people like her. She's a real pioneer. And anybody that stands up to the establishment gets a gold star in my book, anyway. Because people need to stand up more in life against the establishment.
Yeah.
Because we're just getting trod all over, aren't we? At every angle. And in the UK at the moment, it's just ripped off everywhere, eh? And it's just sad, eh? Sad. If you look back 20 years, how things were back then, it's gone downhill, isn't it? Things should be getting better, and it's didn't get me started on politics.
I like people, right, who stand up to the establishment, right? And I mean, I know me, right? If I'm watching a film now, right, and I've never seen it before, and it's like a bank robbery film, I always want the bank robbers to like get away from coppers.
Yeah.
You know, when I watch Cool and Luke, I always want Cool and Luke to get away. You know, when he runs off, but they always get him, don't they, with dogs and that, and they fetch him back. But at the end, he gets away, doesn't he? But he doesn't get far, does he? He ends up with that George Kennedy in an house, and they surround him, and he shoots him, doesn't he? They shoot him dead, don't they, Paul Newman? But I'm happy watching that film when he gets away until, like, he gets caught and shot, and then I'm gutted. You know, like in Goodfellas, we're cheering for Ray Liotta until he did a Bertie Smalls at ending and put them all in. Then I was like, you don't. It spoils it with a bad ending for me, that film, Goodfellas. But I always root for that person, do you?
I tell you a film I like, you maybe seen it yourself because you're similar age to me, is a film called The Driver with Ryan O'Neill.
1978, I've got it here, mate, Ryan O'Neill.
It's brilliant. Brilliant film, man. There's not a lot of dialect in the film, but
he doesn't say much, does he? He plays it with his eyes, doesn't he? The part like Rambo, he doesn't say much.
Brilliant, It's absolutely brilliant film. And it's good car chases in it as well, and that's before
there was any CGI. Mercedes in car park when he takes jaws off and all that. You like that one, don't you, Andy? Yeah. I've got brilliant, that here. If anybody wants to borrow The Driver, Ryan O'Neill, I've got it here, like, on DVD.
Yeah, I think I've got it as well.
That when I'm stoned back in day.
Brilliant film. And who's a cop? He's quite a character as well. What's
I forgot his name now, that guy, but yeah, it'll come to me in a minute. It'll come to me.
Remember, he says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to catch the cowboy that's never been caught. Cowboy Desperado. Doesn't he get him though, does he? Doesn't he really get him in the end, doesn't he? He walks away, yeah. Walks away.
But it's a good film.
Brilliant.
That's really, really, really
It's,
good film. It's
Ryan
Bruce
O'Neill's always
Dern.
a step ahead. Yeah. Bruce Dern, that's it. Aye.
I've got DVD here. It's Bruce Dern. He's the detective, isn't
He's in the Burbs, isn't
he? Yeah. But
he?
Ryan O'Neill's the main man in the film. Like, did you know Ryan O'Neill's daughter married John McEnroe?
That's right, aye. Is it Tatum O'Neill or something, wasn't it?
Ryan O'Neill, yeah.
How cool was he in that film? He was just always a step ahead, and he just couldn't catch him. He was just brilliant. Aye.
Ryan O'Neill, he was really cool in that film, mate. Really cool, mate.
Oh, aye, he was. Aye, yeah. Did you say the other night you were going to be watching Smokey and the Bandit too?
Yeah, I watched it.
It's not as good
as first one, is it? It's not as good as first one.
Nah, first one's good.
Not as good as first. I want to talk to you about Lloyd Hunningham. What did you reckon to his career like? Because he had some great wins, didn't he, Lloyd Hunningham?
Curry went and fought Donald Curry and beat him. And
Donald Curry, didn't he? What did you think?
That was a great one, eh? Well, I think he had a good career.
Yeah.
Did he go on too long at the end, though? I've only seen a few of his fights, but
he had 48 fights, didn't he? He lost 5, didn't he? Won 43. But I was thinking of putting him in my top 20 for the last 50 years. I just wonder what your thoughts were on it.
I seen you saying that with Julian about a top 20. I'm going to have to do a bit of digging and come up with a top 20 myself. Was it British fighters and world fighters, wasn't it?
Yeah. British fighters, just British fighters.
Just British fighters.
Yeah.
So the past, did you say the past 50 years, wasn't it?
50 years, going back to 1973.
I mean, I'll have to do a bit of digging and see what I can come up with.
Well, he done that Johnny Bumfus, didn't he? Donald Curry. You know, he were brought on correctly, Lloyd Hunningham. And, you know, you don't get a fighter now, do you?
Very few going the traditional route now, isn't there? Like British, Commonwealth, European. They're all going trinket route, aren't they? And that saddens me, that,
Saddens you, mate. That's terrible, isn't it? Michaela Meyer against Natasha Jonas. What do you think to it?
Aye, that should be a good fight. I like Natasha Jonas. I think she's done everything the hard way, isn't it? She's I just like her as a person. I think she's a good pundit, just really personable, honest, good fighter, worked hard, and she deserves everything she gets. She deserves all the praise that she gets. Yeah, hopefully she does the business.
Yeah. You know, John Ryder, where do you think he's heading now at the moment? I know he's fighting Munguia next, isn't he? You know, in January, but where's he heading, John?
Yeah. He's somebody else that's never won titles, isn't he?
He never won out.
Should have done this. He's got a few good paydays, I think.
Hey?
Nah. He's got a few. He showed his toughness against Canelo, eh? I thought he was really tough in that fight, but because he remember he got knocked down. I can't remember, was it the 4th round or 5th round he got knocked down. And he thought, is he going to get up? And he got up and toughed out, didn't he? He's a tough guy, yeah.
Well, this is how I look at it, Andy. John Ryder's now in a position where he's fighting Jamie Munguia 42-0, right, on an Oscar De La Hoya show in Phoenix, Arizona. What happened to John Ryder fighting at UK with some fan base, or is it basically just pimping him out now just to get that last few quid out of him? Is that where he's at now, John Ryder?
It's got to be all about money with the looks of that, eh? But he's been taken over there to get flogged, though, isn't he? That's what I think that's what's going to happen there, eh? But
that's the bottom line, basically, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. Hopefully, it doesn't have a sad ending, eh? But
who would you say many happy endings. Who would you say is his best win?
His best win. I don't know.
Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah, he was a decent operator, wasn't he? So you've got to give him that, eh?
Well, since he lost to Callum Smith, he's gone 4-1.
Yeah. So
He hasn't really been active for
aye.
me because he's gone 4-1.
Maybe not been. There's a lot of fighters not been active enough, have they, since the pandemic
I
or
forgot what you
through the
said there.
pandemic?
Fucking butted in on me.
So, sorry, mate. Don't swear at me.
Fucking mumbling cunt. I said John Ryder's had like since 2019 November, he's had 5 fights going 4-1. So he's not very active, is he really?
It's not enough, is it? And activity is probably the enemy of any boxer, isn't it? It's the worst thing they can do is be inactive.
You know, when I look
An
through
active fighter. Sorry, carry on.
I look through his career. He's got a win over Daniel Jacobs, and at the time there were no world title on the line, but he's a former champion, Jacobs, and that's basically his career in a nutshell. His best win is
Yeah.
him, Daniel Jacobs. He ain't got a British title, not got a European. So I'm just wondering what his career's about, and if Conor Benn is going to go the same route as him because they've got the same trainer. Doesn't Tony Sims believe in a British title?
Yeah. Like I say, it's disappointing nobody's going that route. I mean, Conor Benn's, he's just out to grab money to pay for his legal bills now. I think that's what it looks like, isn't it? But
You think?
I don't know. I don't know what. I wish they would just come out with the truth or what's actually happening with that, because it's just dragged on too long and it's just become a saga. It's just.
Tell me about that Scottish guy who he's knocking. You know the videos that he sent me. The guy who does the training. What's his name again?
Frank Gilfeather. I think he's a former amateur lightweight champion. I think he didn't. I don't think he turned pro, but he used to be. I remember him when I was younger as a sports presenter on the TV, and he was a brilliant presenter, really personable guy, and well.
Did he used to do that sports scene?
And that, but
Sports scene in America. See, in England we had sports night, but in America, sorry,
yeah, I think it was ITV.
I can't understand the word you're saying, mate. You're mumbling again. Do all jocks mumble where you live?
Are you still there?
I said, do you know all you jocks? You know all you
jocks?
The
whiskey and iron brew.
Yeah, right. Can you just let me have floor here, kid? Right, are we ready? Can we go again here? Right, take 47. Do all you fucking jocks mumble?
No.
Right. Andy, right. Have you had a shave today?
I had one yesterday. Every 2 days. That's enough for me.
Right. Okay. No, I'm just saying that I just think that John Ryder, I think when he finishes, you know, obviously he's a millionaire now, John Ryder, but do you think he might look back on his career and think, you know what? I've not really won anything. Do you think it might bother him in years to come when he's got no medals?
It would bother me anyway. I think he's underachieved, doesn't he? Could have done better. He might have money in the bank, but see, when the money's gone, what's left?
Yeah.
Memories.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's I don't know. Right, Wilder says he's not going to retire. He says I'm young. I hadn't had much damage on me, but me and Terry don't agree. I think he's got damage on him. I mean, the Elenius win, that masks over it, doesn't it, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got damage from the Fury fights. I think both of them are damaged from their fights, especially the third one. That was a brutal fight.
Yeah. I'm a little bit disappointed with boxing scene, not putting Jane Couch in title. They're just putting like Ricky Hatton and Diego Corrales, Michael Mora in it, but they haven't really put Jane Couch up there. But so I'm disappointed with that. But
yeah,
It is what it is. What do you think to PBC, Al Heyman's lot getting a deal with Amazon? You think that's a game change?
Ooh. That could be a game changer, isn't it? 'Cause Amazon's a big money monster. It can, don't know if it's as rich as the Saudis, but it's certainly a big worldwide, global money commodity, isn't it? Amazon.
Well, a few
So,
years ago when I worked at Dennis's, the main guy there who were doing all the well, they were looking at doing boxing and all people in industry were having back and forth with. And I had a few
yeah.
emails off him myself. It was a guy called Doug Gurr. And he moved on and I don't know. I got the impression and Dennis said that they weren't really bothered Amazon. That were 2018, 19, but obviously they've got their acts together now and it looks like they've got stuck in, doesn't it? Maybe they didn't like
Yeah.
Dennis's stable. Maybe they looked at the email and said, Tommy Frank, Sam Sheedy, Liam Cameron,
Dave Allen.
Dave Allen wasn't there then. Kane
Yeah,
Salvin, what were they called? Keenan Wainwright, Kane Salvin. Maybe they went, not for us, that porky, pop, pop, bang. I don't know. Kell Brook says he's open to fight Conor Benn.
Mm.
Do you think Kell Brook might be at a different stage of his career to crush a Ben?
I still think Kell Brook would do him going on. The last when he was out when he fought Khan, I thought he boxed well there, but then I think we said before what was he up against? But Conor Benn's going to be more a live wire. But if Conor Benn doesn't seem to be punching, his powers maybe mysteriously vanished lately. I think Brook would do him. I think Brook will be stronger than him, bigger and stronger.
Yeah, you reckon?
Plus, he's got experience, isn't he? I mean, Conor Benn's not really. Who's he beat? He's a hype. For me at the moment, until he proves himself, he's a hype job. But until he clears his name, he shouldn't be in a boxing ring. That's my belief.
Yeah. It's I just Kell Brook, right? I don't know why he'd want to fight again because he's a multi-millionaire. Do you think he might just be bored?
Could be, yes. Missing it maybe. A lot of boxers seem to do that. I don't know when they retire, they seem to struggle and have issues. Like Frank Bruno was a bit like that, wasn't he? And Ricky Hatton was like that, or they hit the bottle or other stuff or whatever. I just need to be doing something. I think likes Carl Froch and Lennox Lewis have kind of shown the way what to do. They're balanced people, and they've obviously made a plan for when they retire, haven't they? I think that's quite an important thing for boxers. But the board doesn't seem to not to my knowledge, support boxers when they retire, do they?
Do you feel, Andy, that the board should put something in place where fighters can plan the future when they come out of boxing?
Yeah, I'm sure there's facilities out there for companies to do that for people. For generally older people when they retire. I'm sure one of my wife's aunties used to work in a company like that, and it would set out a retirement plan for people, like activities and just a bit of guidance. If you're busy all the time doing one thing, it comes to an end, and suddenly there's a big void in your life. You need something to fill that void, or you could end up in trouble.
Yeah. Do you think that Joshua, looking at his career, do you think he's really going to fight Wilder if he wins on December 23rd?
Nah, no unless the Saudis have got him tied into a deal to fight him. That would be the sensible thing.
That's what I was thinking earlier. I think maybe he might not have a choice.
Yeah, that's it. And there's only one result in that fight in my eyes, but it's not good for Big Meech.
Well, Big Meech could end up on button money if Walling catches him or.
Well, definitely if he fights Wilder, that's where he's going. He's got a one-way ticket to Button Moon in that fight, isn't he?
What do you think to Jordan Gill doing Conlon? Were you shocked?
Yeah, I did think Conlon would probably win, but once the fight got underway, you could see Jordan Gill was a lot more composed, and anytime Conlon was unloading, he was tucking up tight and riding it out. There were some of the Conlon shots were getting through, but he stayed cool, kept a cool head, didn't he? And didn't get flustered in any way. And but Conlon, he was on shaky legs a lot of that fight, wasn't he? He was, every time he got caught, he seemed to be on shaky legs. So I fair play to Jordan Gill. He did well, didn't he?
Yeah, he. What do you think? That picture of me on profile, like a right weapon with that tie on, don't I?
I see that one there, aye. Is that a while back?
It's way back 2015, I think, or something like that.
Aye, 8 years ago.
It's Ingram Jones. All right, Ingram. Bayloric TV. Give him a follow. BWTM TV YouTube or something. He's been at it longer than me. Like all right, Ingram. Good boxing man. Edwards, Sonny Edwards, get Bam Rodriguez. What do you think?
Very skillful, Sonny Edwards, isn't he? I think he should win on points there.
You think there'll be a rematch clause if Sonny loses?
Probably.
Well, what do you think to Joshua having a rematch with Otto Walling? What would that be all about?
If it is.
Again, what is that? Andy,
rematch.
what is it that? You're
unnecessary. If he's confident, if he's out, he's why has he got a rematch clause? It's Eddie's still Eddie's golden goose, isn't he? Golden goose with half the feathers plucked out now, isn't he?
Yeah. Do you think Fury is going to fight next in February? Do you think it happens?
Yeah, I think I've said already it has to happen. So I'm not somebody. I like not to be indecisive, so I'm not going to sit on the fence. I don't want splinters, so I'll say it happens. I think he might be under contractual difficulties if it doesn't happen. Perhaps that's my thoughts on that. But I think it will happen.
Yeah.
But don't be surprised. He's got to be way at the top of his game though if he's going to beat Usyk. If he beats Usyk, fair play to him. But I think I said already, don't be surprised if Usyk drops him. No, doesn't hurt him bad, but he'll hit him with a punch he doesn't see coming because he's just a genius at creating angles, isn't he? And getting through the punches when somebody looks well defended, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you think to that Paddy Donovan that they're all going on about?
Don't know if I've seen him. Paddy Donovan.
Paddy Donovan, the Irish kid.
I don't think I've seen him yet. No.
People are raving about him at the moment.
I'll have to look him up.
Yeah.
I don't always get enough time to watch what I like to watch, so my time's limited a lot of the time, just through life.
Yeah, I can imagine. Katie Taylor's been granted a 15-day extension by WBO regarding 2-division championship status. So already they're looking to take belts off her, aren't they? They can't help themselves, can they?
Pressure's on. They need the sanction fees.
We need something, mate.
Keep it rolling in.
There's a lot of talk about Liam Smith having a fight with the top guys at 154, 160, 168. Do you think Liam should just forget this last pension fight and just cash out while he's got all his faculties before he does something stupid and ends up in a fight where it's B-side and he ends up with his brain scrambled? What do you think?
Yes, it's the end of the game. End of the day, it's a dangerous game, isn't it? So I'm sure I've heard people on your channel say you don't play at boxing, do you?
No, you don't. And your mate Frank will tell you that former TV presenter, the ex-boxer, he looks
brilliant.
He's a character. Some of them videos you sent me, seminars he does. He's pushing 80-year-old, isn't he?
77 he is. I thought he was 78, but he's 77. But I tell you what, he's a fit guy, and you can hear him cracking into the punch bag as well. And
him having a word for him with British Legion, saying, "Oh, you sat in my seat." So why is it? You go in them British Legions and say you can't sit there. That's Don's seat. That. So he's not sat here now. He's just walked in. I said, Don, F off, Don. Over there. Next minute, he takes you outside and puts you on.
Boom, 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 boom. That's it. Game
Man.
over. Did you send any of them to Julian? I'm sure he'd be interested in that. Eh?
I'm gonna send Julian after I've done this video with you. Sky Nicholson's a world champion. She's got a belt by email, a green belt.
Christmas present from Eddie. Christmas present from Eddie, is it? It's too early for Valentine's Day, isn't it?
Eddie will have that belt on in bed with her, won't he? Pop, pop, bang, Eddie. Eddie's having the time of his life. Hey, I had to laugh earlier on comment section. You know what comment section? Some comments that come on are unbelievable. Somebody were waxing lyrical about Eddie's little bit of fluff, and somebody piped up and said, "Calm down, like calm down. She's a solid 7 out of 10. Get over it." Hey, you know what I mean? I thought that was class. That nearly as class as do you know that Nicholas Parsons? He's not qualified to talk about me. I nearly spat my coffee out.
He's still on baby food.
Hey?
No beef. He's still on baby food. He's not on solid yet, is he?
Hey? Oh, that was funny. Like honestly, absolutely class.
Brilliant.
Sam Jones is coming for a lot of criticism. Obviously, he's pieced Conor Benn and Crusher together at Dorchester. He's like the middle guy. He's like the go-to guy. He's on everybody's lips at the moment. Aren't you, Sam Jones? Come see me. You're wronging. Well, Sam Jones, where do you see him ending up in 5 years from now in the sport of boxing?
Starting a Wham tribute band with Eddie Hills called The Scam.
Starting a what?
A Wham tribute band. He looks like a pound shop George Michael, doesn't he? With that the shades and the beard. I don't know. Where's he? He's just a licker, isn't he? He's always bobbing about in the background with Eddie, isn't he?
Yeah. What do you think to Josh Kelly? Do you think he can win a world title at 154?
Josh Kelly is Sam moving up to that? Is he moving up to 154? Perhaps if he gets the right fight, isn't it?
If I said Josh Kelly. Sam, I said, is Josh Kelly moving up to? Josh Kelly is a 154. I'm just saying, do you think he can win a world title at 154?
If he gets the right fight, but
yeah,
not sure.
What do you think to Oscar De La Hoya's spat with Ryan Garcia?
What's all that about? I did see something about it, but is he standing behind him holding his hands over his face or something?
What? What, mate?
Or did I read wrong? Did something about he called him out or something? He called out Garcia called out De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins.
Matt looks at it, yeah. Bernard Hopkins turned around and said he'd kill him, did he, or something? Or flog him on spot, something like that, wasn't it? I thought, what's going on there? A bit of beef there. Parsons doesn't be talking about that, does he, Andy?
That's way out of his league, isn't it? Hopkins he's probably still a super fit guy, isn't he? He left clean as well. He's like the Ukrainians and the Russians, very disciplined, isn't he? Well, he could be a bit of a spoiler in some fights, isn't he? The Calzaghe fight wasn't a good fight to watch, was it?
They reckon he's worth 70 million, him Hopkins.
Is he? Aye.
That's what they reckon he's worth, 70 million. He's held on to all his dough. He's thought he got his teeth done, wouldn't you?
Maybe he's planning on another fight.
Yeah. No, Josh Warrington, where do you see him heading now? Like, because it looks to me like that Josh Warrington is like in no man's land, isn't he, at the moment? Do you think?
I think he should put. Well, I mean, he was doing well until Lee Wood knocked him out, didn't he? But I think for me, the stoppage was right. His legs were all over the place, weren't they? Is it time he retired? He's had a lot of hard fights, hasn't
he? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what he's done in his last 6. He's beat Safini Takuchi. He blew him away in 4 minutes. Lost to Lara, drew with Lara. Beat Kiko Martinez. Lost to Lopez. Lost to Lee Wood. So I'm starting to wonder if Josh Warrington is on the slide, or if he wants to look at the other side of the coin, Lara, he could say outgunned him and he never got a chance to sort it because the head clashes in rematch. And he could say Lopez got lucky in a manager decision and Lee Wood got lucky. So really, if you wanted to look at it, you could look at these performances there and say he's been unlucky and he only really got done in the Lara fight. The rest of it, he could say were bad luck. But listen, I'm winning 5. That's the bottom line. We're dealing in statistics. We're lucky against Galahad. I thought he shaded it against Galahad, but anywhere else he either got beat there. So Josh Warrington can think he's lucky. He's not probably 29 and 5 or something with a draw. Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. So where do you see him going now? Because he's parked up, like looks of it. He's in the who needs him club, isn't he? Now, do you think he's going to have to go mandatory route?
I think so. If he's going to carry on, I mean, I thought he was lucky to get the draw in the rematch against Lara. Was that a technical draw, wasn't it? I think he was going to get flogged again there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was going the same way as the first fight. He's a bit dangerous with his head, though, isn't he? I don't know if that's just his style or some people might call him a dirty fighter, but he's always had a high work rate. But I think you said his work rate had dropped, didn't he? You had some statistics on his work rate.
Yeah, his weight rate's dropped by 20%, and he's taking more rounds off than ever. Usually only takes a couple of rounds off. He's taking 2-3 rounds off, isn't he? And
that tells a story, isn't it?
Fights and he used to be on them all the time, didn't he? Now looks to be having a breather, and I don't think that's anything wrong with him. I think he's an hard trainer. I think there's just some weights it catches up with you, and he's not a young man no more, is he, Andy?
No, that's it. Yeah, everything slows down when you get older, so recovery time as well. So he will take longer to recover from whatever he's doing.
You see Billy Joe coming back?
What's his weight like? He had knocked a bit of weight off the last time I seen him getting interviewed right enough. He didn't look like Frosty the Snowman anymore, but he's going to knuckle down. He's been away a long time, hasn't he? How long has he been away?
3 years if he fights. They're saying he might come back in Easter against Beefy. Well, that'd be 3 years out at ring, wouldn't it?
It's all right if he's knuckling down and getting at it, but that's a long time to be out, isn't it? That's a long, yeah. Who's it? Somebody says on your channel they become civilized. Was it Froch that said that?
Yeah, well, Froch hasn't been on my channel yet. He's got his own channel, but people do say. I think it was Terry that said it. Look, or
Maybe Terry, yeah.
Julian or Terry would have said that. When you get hit as a fighter, when you're in camp all the time, you can punch. An average man can punch you in the stomach and not budge you. You know, if he's a similar weight to you, but when you get older, then you can't hold them shots like you used to be able to, and you let your legs tend to go, or you fold like a deck chair on a body shot. And I think Father Time waits for no man. It can catch up with you any time, and I think it's caught up with Fury. That's why I think he'll pull out the fight, and they'll try and put it back to end of March, so last few days at Riyadh season to close the show. But I think it's caught up with Fury in that Ngannou fight. His brain was telling him to do it, but his body couldn't do it because he's done it that many times, blown up and cut down, blown up and cut down. And I think it's caught up with him. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, that shortens a career. Look at Hatton, that cut short his career, ballooning up weight. Probably spending most of the camp losing weight as opposed to sharpening his tools, I remember Eubank Senior years ago saying when he retired, he noticed that he was slipping before. It was just a split of catching him, so he knew when to call it a day. Though he had 2 hard, brutal fights against Carl Thompson at the end, and he lost them both.
Oh God!
Oh, tough man,
They're not lumps on each other, didn't they?
Oh, geez, they were brutal fights. They fights, weren't they?
Yeah, they're not lumps.
He took the rematch too quick because I hadn't healed, had it, and then I started swelling up after a couple of rounds. 2 or 3 rounds, was it? He got stopped in 9, didn't he? The only time he was ever stopped.
Yeah, he won, mate. Have you want to add, Andy?
Sorry?
Anything you want to add before I get my head down?
I don't think so. I think I'm all good.
You grafting tomorrow?
Working tomorrow, yeah. Not sure what's on it. I'm on at the weekend. I'm going away with my old man on Sunday again. So,
Did you get rid of that car?
it's gone, yeah. It's gone.
Got a good deal there, didn't
Yeah, it was 4.5 years I had that car. That's 3 of them I've had. But
Was it running bang on
yeah.
when you got rid of it, Andy? Was it
Sorry?
running bang on when you got rid of it?
Oh, it was. It was good. Made sure it was right for it before I sold it. 'Cause I know the person I sold it to, so I wasn't actually going. I wasn't going to sell it, but I had no intention of selling it. But I was getting pestered from somebody who wanted to buy it off me. So
Yeah.
I thought, fair enough. I thought, if you give me what I want for it, I'll sell it. Aye. So
Are you
it's
happy with
gone
what you
now.
got?
Aye, happy enough. Aye, I'm not missing it as much as I thought I would. But I'm gonna get another one day.
What,
I've still
Andy,
got
was
no.
it just like your weekend smoker?
Aye, because I had 2 cars or 3 cars I had for a while, but as a daily, I was trying not to use it as much as it used to be my daily driver, but and I got a Kia, so it's a cheaper car to run than that, and it's a newer car, so it became a hobby car. But I've got my old Merc as well, my big John Fury mobile, so I've still got that.
What year's that?
That's a 92,
Oh,
a
yeah,
190E.
190.
190 2 litre. I rescued that from the auto recyclers about 13 years ago and done it all up. Still got it. Aye, so.
I had one years ago, 190E J-Reg in gold, 2.6 auto. And do you know what? It was built better. It was built better than that AMG Sports had last year.
Yeah.
Built better than that. Built better than that inside. Because nowadays, Mercs are like mass produced, aren't they? If you look in Auto Trader, how many there's for sale, there's usually thousands of Mercs, BMs, Audis, isn't there? But if you would have looked years ago before internet come out, hardly any Mercedes for sale. If you know anybody in your area who had a Mercedes, they were like landlords, weren't they? Or people who had Pope.
Yeah.
Now they're getting
That's
it on disability and PIP. What's all that about? I mean, it's like mass produced, like Fiestas. So that about.
I mean, back then,
They've hoard the badge out.
Back then they were over engineered back then, aye, but they've weakened the brand. But you name it, there's a model in there. Every A class, B class, C class, CLC or CLKs or SLK. There's about 20 models in there, and there used to be probably about 5 or 6.
A classes, right? Them A class Mercs are cheaper than a Ford Focus.
Yeah,
that was about right. 200 Mercedes is cheaper than a Ford Focus basic. How crazy is that? A Merc cheaper than a Focus?
And a lot of them have got Renault engines now. That's you're buying it. They've got Renault engines in them.
Yeah, it's a load of shite, mate. Okay. Well, listen, you have a great evening. What's left of it? Oh, it's pushing on for midnight now.
Yeah.
And I will catch you tomorrow, Andy. All the best.
Good man. All the best. Take care, Russ.
Thanks for coming on, Andy. Don't we, pal? I hope whatever that geezer's name in, it'll complain. Listen, mate, you need to get out more.
Understand the banter, eh? That's
Understand the banter. Take care, mate. Love you, pal.
Okay, bud. Take care. All the best.
And that was Andy from Scotland. Women love him. Men want to be him. Pop, pop, bang.